Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. A very good morning to everyone present here. I, Professor Ganesh Pai, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, welcome you all to the AICTE-sponsored 6-day short-term training program on machine learning for societal applications, organized by Department of Computer Science and Engineering, PA College of Engineering, Bangalore. To begin with the function, we shall invoke the blessings of Almighty. I request Professor Mohammad Saifuddin to invoke the blessings by reciting the verses of Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. I seek refuge with Allah from the rejected shaitan. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. All praises be to Allah, the Lord of the whole universe. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. The most gracious, the most merciful. Maliki Yawmiddin, Master of the Day of Judgment. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. You alone we worship and you alone we ask for help. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Lead us to the right path. Siratal ladhina an'amta alayhim. Path of those upon whom you have bestowed your grace. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim. Not in the path of those who have earned your anger. وَلَضَّالِّينَ, and not in the path of those who went astray. Ameen. Oh Allah, please accept this too. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, sir. I take this opportunity to welcome all our delegates to the inaugural function of short-term training program. First and foremost, I would like to extend my hearty welcome to Colonel B. Venkat, Director, Faculty Development Cell, AICTE, New Delhi, to the inaugural ceremony of short-term training program. I am honored to welcome the founder of PA Group of Institutions, guest of honor, and our beloved chairman, Dr. P.A. Ibrahim Haji, PA Education Trust, to this program. I, on behalf of everyone present here, wholeheartedly welcome the Honorable Chief Guest and inaugurator of the short-term training program, Professor P. Nagbhushan, Director, IIIT Allahabad, Uttar Pradesh, to this function. It's a great pleasure to have today's guest of honor, Mr. Abdullah Ibrahim, Executive Director, PA Education Trust, in this program, who has been encouraging us in all our activities in the college. On behalf of all present here, I welcome you, sir. I extend a warm and cordial welcome to our Principal, Dr. Abdul Sharif, Vice Principal, Dr. Ramiz MK, Director Academics, Dr. Safraz Hashim, Dean Research, Dr. Zahid Ansari, Principals from sister institutions, Director MBA, and heads of various departments, staff coordinators of STTP, faculty members of our institution, and all participants from various academic institutions and industries. It's my pleasure to welcome our resource persons of the short-term training program, Dr. P. Nagbhushan, Director, IIIT Allahabad, UP, Dr. N. Hari Vinod, HOD, VCET Puttur, Dr. Zahid Ansari, Dean Research, PA College of Engineering, Mangalore, Dr. P.H. Sekhar, Professor, Department of Studies and Research in Computer Science, Mangalore University, Dr. D.S. Guru, Professor, Department of Studies in Computer Science, University of Mysore, Dr. T. Nagbhushan, Principal and Dean, JSS Science and Technology University, Sri Jayachamrajendra College of Engineering, Mysuru, Dr. R. Dinesh, Research Scientist, Samsung R&D, Bangalore, and Dr. Nagendra Swami, Associate Professor, Department of Studies in Computer Science, University of Mysore, to this inaugural program. It's a true pleasure for me to welcome our beloved HOD and convener of short-term training program, Dr. Sharmila Kumari, to this function. Madam, now I request you to present a brief introduction of short-term training program and introduce our today's program chief guest and inaugurator, Dr. P. Nagbhushan. Over to HOD.
Very good morning to all. Respected chief guest and inaugurator of this program, Professor P. Nagbhushan, Director, Indian Institute of Information Technology, Allahabad. Guest of honor, Dr. P.A. Ibrahim Haji, beloved Chairman of PA Education Trust. Executive Director, Mr. Abdullah Ibrahim, PA Education Trust. President of today's inaugural event, Dr. Abdul Sharif, the Principal of our college, and the advisory committee members, coordinators, my fellow colleagues, and dear participants. It is a pleasure for us to ignite this 6 days short-term training program on machine learning for societal applications in our institution. With the administrative support from the institution and the financial support from All India Council for Technical Education, New Delhi, we have been able to organize this training program. On this occasion, I would like to remember the support and motivating response provided by Colonel Venkat, the director of the STTP program, AICTE, New Delhi. This training program aims to provide basic knowledge in the field of machine learning and explore many applications through hands-on sessions by the experts in the field. I am here to give you the bird's eye view on the overall organization of the training program. As we all know that machine learning is the area of computational science that focuses on analyzing and interpreting patterns and structures in data to enable learning, reasoning, and decision making outside of human interaction. Machine learning has applications in all kinds of industries, including manufacturing, retail, healthcare, travel and hospitality, financial services, etc. Due to the remarkable success of machine learning techniques in scientific and engineering domain, we also motivated to explore machine learning based video analytics in our daily life for better living. Deep video analytics or video analytics with deep learning is becoming an emerging research area in the field of machine learning. Upon witnessing the rapid developments in the field of machine learning and deep learning, it is high time to have a manpower to develop machine learning based technologies and understanding the fundamentals behind machine learning and deep learning. Hence, the STTP is planned to provide the basics of machine learning, which includes clustering and classification techniques, hands-on session considering state-of-the-art research-oriented problems, mathematics behind artificial neural network and deep learning, and implementations of neural network and deep learning algorithms by considering some of the well-known problems. Apart from this, it is also planned to provide an insight into feature engineering and finally covering research avenues in machine learning domain. We have planned to provide hands-on sessions with Python programming language considering various applications. I hope you will carry the best from this program, and I assure you that you will enjoy the sessions by the renowned academicians, industrialists, and enthusiastic researchers. Our team is with you for any kind of technical support. On the other hand, we need your kind cooperation to the success of this event. You are requested to online well in time to attend the sessions and provide online feedback at the end of the day on each session for better planning. The overall feedback and the online test is scheduled on the final day. Enjoy the days all through and take away the best. Thank you. With this brief note, we shall now move on to inauguration of this program. We plan to inaugurate this program by the dynamic administrator, active researcher, motivator for young minds, and a great teacher, who is none other than Professor P. Nagbhushan, the Director of Indian Institute of Information Technology, Allahabad, Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh. Professor Nagbhushan formerly worked as a professor in computer science, the chairman of the Academic Reformation Committee, the chief nodal officer for the choice-based credit pattern continuous assessment education system, the director, planning, monitoring and evaluation board, dean, faculty of science and technology at University of Mysore. He is an acclaimed administrator, well-known academician and researcher. His accomplishments are innumerable. We are proud to have Professor Nagbhushan with us to inaugurate this event with his inaugural remarks. Sir, it is truly an honor for us. Now I request Professor Nagbhushan to give inaugural remarks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you and good morning to all of you. Dr. P.A. Ibrahim, Honorable Secretary of this institution, respected the principal of this institution, Dr. Abdul Sharif, Dr. Sharmila, the convener of the program, and Dr. Ganesh Pai. I'm very, very honored to have received this invitation, and I'm very happy to inaugurate this particular, FDP, Faculty Development Program, entitled Machine Learning for Societal Applications. The COVID scenario has indirectly emphasized the importance of machines and machine learning playing a bigger role in taking over the day-to-day problems. So I like this title, particularly the societal applications. In fact, that is what every assumption of every God tells, whether it is God from any religion. Every God always mentions about the societal upliftment. Therefore, anything ultimately should not be for the award of my PhD, should not be for the award of my own glory, should not be for the welfare of only myself, should not be only for the welfare of my family, but it has got to be for the welfare of the entire society. And the title, really, Machine Learning for Societal Applications, really touched my heart, because whatever we do should be for our society. And where is our society? Our society is not in Mangaluru. Our society is not just limited to Karnataka. Our society is not just limited to India. We are all Vishwamanavar. We are all universe people. So our society extends for the entire globe. Therefore, there should not be the feeling of any enmity. At least the technology, science and technology, the fruits of academia shall be always available to every one of us, to be available for the entire society, entire mankind. So the welfare of entire mankind, the feeling of universal brotherhood, if are promoted by the technology, perhaps they can be nothing like that. I'm very, very sure we are stepping towards that. But while stepping towards that, we definitely have a lot of teething problem that I am contributed to this society. I am contributed to the technology. This ego, this aham always plays some role. But on the day when we become selfless, we start achieving, we start working, we start focusing on selfless karma, then surely we will progress towards the societal applications. Well, the machine learning itself is the shootout of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the shootout of the natural intelligence. Maybe in the keynote address, I shall address all these issues later. But right now, I have also got to stress upon the new education policy which has been notified by Government of India. New education, the national education policy, in later sections like section 22, 23, 24, it stresses upon, mainly upon the technology upliftment and use of technology in education. Naturally, because of pandemic, we are compelled to use technology in education. But in national education policy, to overcome the requirement of very highly qualified teachers, the technology use has been very strongly recommended. When technology use has got to be strongly recommended, the technology also has got to simulate, has got to emulate the natural intelligence that the natural human beings would do that. At least for certain regular activities, the normal intelligence of the human being should be taken over by the machine. In fact, even in the national education policy, they stress, in the technology education, they stress that more emphasis has got to be given to machine learning, to artificial intelligence, to Internet of Things. So we have got to think about it. We have got to do that. Probably in response to this, AICTE and Government of India have probably thought of encouraging artificial intelligence and machine learning in a big way. But again, there is one small conflict. The small conflict in national education policy is, it tells that early level of specialization should also be avoided. Very early specialization, as early as at BTech level itself, if we are going to consider candidates for directly for artificial intelligence and machine learning, it is not that it should not be done, but we have got to be very careful while doing that, because it is too early specialization. And one has got to decide that he has got to specialize into that area immediately after +2. +2 is still an early teenage, and early teenage is not the right age to take any decision regarding the highest specialization that he is going to deal with. But anyhow, Government of India and the education policy are the excellent things which have happened today. The national education policy is the most excellent thing. In fact, I was wondering, did it take India 70+ years to realize that the education that we were going through, the type of education that we were going through, had a lot of errors? Did it take so much of time? I really love most important concept in the national education policy, that the assessment of the students should be continuous, should be formative based. It should not be examination dependent. It should not be summative based. You look at you people only. Just because of a pandemic which just disturbed you, you people and your university have not been able to decide what has got to be done, and they have decided when to conduct the examination. After all, nobody asked the question why to conduct this stupid examination. Instead of asking a question why an examination is really required to assess a candidate, we are all very busy. We are all very much worried in making the timetable, how best the examination should be conducted. If we do not conduct the examination, UGC will raise an objection. Well, UGC is right, that UGC is trying to tell Without an assessment, you don't award a degree. That does not mean that we should conduct a ritualistic examination in the most ritualistic way. We should have thought of many interesting alternatives. Well, then I shall not get into that topic. But what is very important is institutions should get geared up now for continuous assessment, for formative assessment, not for the examination, summative assessment. Perhaps the examinations, conducting the examinations will become of historic importance. Probably they would all become history now. In fact, you look at our own epic stories. In our epic stories of Ramayana and Mahabharata, you should be very careful in looking at how the young people in Ramayana and young kings and their brothers and sisters, how were they educated? So when you look at how were they educated, they were all educated giving importance to the formative education. It was not summative education, it was formative education. And every one of them were assessed based on formative assessment. It was continuous assessment. It was continuous feedback. Assessment does not mean to evaluate a candidate. Assessment means to provide a constructive feedback so that the candidate would reach the goal that is expected. Look, in our epic stories only, we had spoken about outcome-based education. See, what is the expected goal? How to reach that expected goal is the definition of outcome in an education. So it was outcome-based education. And then you look at these epic stories, the whole moral was to provide continuous feedback to the learner so that he can adapt himself, so that he can find out the errors, find out the mistakes, correct them, and get on to the correct path so that he can achieve this outcome which is expected. One, our historic epic stories mentioned about this outcome education. Our epic stories focused on continuous assessment. Our epic stories focused on formative assessment. And assessment never meant penalizing a candidate. Assessment always meant encouraging a candidate by giving him a positive feedback. And every student enjoyed the assessment every day because every day he could modulate himself. Probably that is the stage that we have got to reach. In fact, already the ratio which was in practice by AICT 1:15 was very convenient, was very good enough to carry out this continuous assessment. No institution should be able to blame the system by introducing this formative assessment, and no institution has any reason to tell that the number of teachers are not enough, provided you follow that 1:15 rule. If 1:15 rule is followed, continuous assessment can be comfortably possible. It is very, very easily possible. Now, added to that, again come back to this national education policy. National education policy tells that technology should be blended with the day-to-day learning process, teaching learning process. If technology has got to be blended, recall what I mentioned, the technology should have the artificial intelligence embedded in that. Or in other words, it should be able to do the regular course of the activities involved with teaching learning, regular things. Not that it is going to replace a teacher, but that it's going to assist. It should become more a tool. So the artificial intelligence becomes a part of the whole teaching learning mechanism. Next step is naturally whether the machine can also be blessed, can also be inducted with those capabilities that a normal human being would do. What does a normal human being do? The normal human being responses to excitations. He shows instantaneous responses to different excitations. And for different excitations, different responses are possible. If somebody is stimulated, for one reason, his response would be altogether different. I'm sure machine will not be able to do all-round performance of a human being, at least in the next 5-6 years, but maybe over time I should be able to respond like any normal human being would do. In other words, man has that inherent ability to learn and inherent ability to respond. So excitation, learning and response becomes one cycle. All right. And man has got the ability to instantaneously learn from the causes, from the excitations. But this instantaneous learning in the true sense shall not happen at that instant of time. It happens because of transfer learning. He would recall all those experiences. He would instantaneously recall how he reacted to a similar situation or how he reacted to some other situation, and how all those experiences could be brought in causing, in responding to this unknown situation or unknown excitation. That is the adaptation by the human being, by the natural brain. So having said that, can the machine do that? Well, machine on its own cannot do it, because the way machine has got to be trained, the way the machine has got to, the way you have got to write a program for that machine is from the human brain. Therefore, machine learning does not mean that machine will become our masters, but we become the masters of the machine. One word of caution which I have got to clearly convey to all teachers. I think most of them are the teachers from the engineering college, and most of them are the teachers from other colleges who are present over there. They should now understand. Till today, unfortunately, all engineering colleges and all computer science departments in particular, and all information science departments in particular, they were thinking that somehow if the student learns programming, somehow the student learns coding, then he will get a very big job. And in fact, it was wrongly believed that learning programming language and learning coding was computer science or is computer science. It is even today people believe that. In fact, I have seen people writing their resume. What is your skill set? They write in the skill set C++, C. And after this particular program, after this particular workshop, faculty development program, I'm very sure people will write in the skill set Python also, because you are going to teach Python. The skill set is not that, it is tool set. They are all tool sets. But because of artificial intelligence and because of machine learning, from now, at least within 5 years from now, you can see that machines are capable of writing the codes. Machines are good programmers. They are going to become good programmers. But the system analysis has got to be done by you. The flow charting has got to be done by you. The algorithm design has got to be done by us only. However, once algorithm design is delivered to the machine, machine will be good enough and machine will be strong enough to write a code. And if the machine is going to write the code in the language which is best, in the language which is very well known, then where is the use of our BTech graduates in coding? Do you think our BTech graduates will be very successfully employed? Like today, they are employed, majority, most of them for coding. And most of our people will go through for code walkthrough employment. If the machine can write the code on its own, it can definitely do code walkthrough also, because of machine learning ability, because of artificial intelligence. Therefore, those colleges, particularly I'm warning all those colleges and the institutions, if they don't update themselves, if they don't upgrade themselves, and if they don't understand that programming is not very important, although it is essential, but computer science is altogether entirely different. Computer science is something which deals with delivering the learning mechanism. and that learning mechanism transformed into machine, which becomes the machine learning. So tomorrow, within the next 3 or 4 years, this paradigm that we are all going to be programmers, if we learn C++, we get a job, probably is going to become a dream. It is going to shatter the dreams. So we should be very well prepared for higher echelons of computer science. And computer science is interestingly one interesting point that the acronym for computer science is CS. And the one who has CS, the common sense, very rich within himself, will be very successful in computer science also. So learning requires common sense. Machine learning is the extension of common sense to the machine, and the one who is blessed with common sense, who operates with common sense, and who employs common sense richly has the excellent skill, because the definition of the skill itself is like that. Skill is the ability to transform the knowledge into performance, into action. Skill is not knowing C++. Skill is not knowing about Photoshop. Skill is not knowing about Adobe. And I do understand some of the engineering colleges management are keen on hiring some skilled teachers and putting those skilled teachers to impart so-called skill knowledge to the students before the campus placement. Very stupid idea, totally wrong idea, because skill is an inherent capability of a student, inherent capability of every human being. And skill is the ability to transform the knowledge, the common sense, into performance, into action, into survival when it comes to survival, into achieving something very big, into ultimately into the upliftment of the society. So is the theme of our faculty development program, machine learning for societal application. I wish all the best. I wish the entire week will be very successful, successful tour for all those who will be attending this faculty development program. I'm very sure that all of you would enjoy. I heard the names of the experts like Dr. D.S. Guru, H.S. Nagendra Swami, and your own dean and your own people. They are all excellent. So they are all very good teachers. You will be learning from the excellent brains, excellent minds, and excellent set of people. And you would definitely be enjoying. Forget about your family, forget about everything. Focus on learning new things, because that will take you in the longer way, and that is going to be the order of the day. Even in national education policy, I repeat that there has been a very special mention on machine learning, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, as far as technology developments are concerned, and that's where we have got to focus. Thank you very much. I should thank Dr. Sharmila Kumari and Dr. Ganesh Pai, and also I should thank Dr. Abdul Sharif, who have shown such a keen interest in seeing that I am going to participate and I am amongst you on this day, the first day of this faculty development program. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Thank you, sir, for gracing us with your inspirational and motivational words. We are deeply honored by your words of wisdom. I now request our beloved chairman, Dr. P.A. Ibrahim Haji, PA Education Trust, to address the audience. Over to you, Chairman, sir.
Good morning, dear colleagues and officers of AICTE and all the participants. Professor Nagbhushan has just now delivered an amazing address, an insight into our futuristic concept of education. I remember an incident in Germany last year when a scientist who devised a robot squeezed him to death by mistake. I agree with Dr. Nagbhushan that machine cannot be and should not be our masters. Knowledge is power, and knowledge is light. I am glad that our faculty members are striving to share their knowledge through conferences, workshops, and training programs. In this context, it is my pleasure to mention that AICT has given us an opportunity to conduct 6 days short-term training program on machine learning for societal applications, being held during today and 29th August. It is a very delightful event to an institute as it is inaugurated by an eminent academician, Professor P. Nagbhushan, Director, Indian Institute of Information Technology, Allahabad, Uttar Pradesh. Under the umbrella of PA Education Trust, PA College of Engineering is providing quality education to the people belonging to rural areas and particularly encourages rural background students for higher studies. The vision of PACE is envisaged as a center of evolution for excellence in technological, management, and research education. The institution aspires to spread universal knowledge through villages and cities, enabling expansion of human resources. PA College of Engineering, Mangalore is an institution of higher learning that offers undergraduate programs in different branches, engineering, postgraduate, and doctoral programs. PACE Group currently manages 16 educational institutions across UAE, Kuwait, and India, with over 1,200 teaching and 500 non-teaching staff, and over 24,000 students from different 25 nationalities. PACE Group proposed to have many more modern educational institutions in view of the high demand from parents and the respect and reputation our institutions gained over the years. Faculty development programs have proven to be successful for improving teaching skills in higher education and updating knowledge in the field of advanced technology like artificial intelligence and machine learning and IoT. I am happy to know that more than 200 participants are registered from 128 engineering colleges across India for this online short-term training program. I wish all the participants imbibe the knowledge on the topic of machine learning for societal applications that will be delivered by eminent professors and experts from industry and impart the same to the budding engineers of respective institutions to become employable. In the recent days, we have witnessed the excessive application of machine learning based on tools in all walks of life for better living. In this context, our faculty has succeeded in getting funds from AICTE for this training towards the scientific and engineering approach to life. I take this opportunity to thank AICTE for having provided us the required funds. My special thanks to Professor Sharmila Kumari, Head of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, for coordinating the AICTE-sponsored short-term training program. No doubt, this program will be highly popular and successful. It is needless to mention that many faculty members of our institution are involved in either research or generating funds from different agencies through research projects, and I wish to see them continue this passion towards sharing their expertise by organizing workshops, conferences, training programs, hackathons, and student-oriented events. Although I am in business management domain, I have been seeing the importance of artificial intelligence and machine learning in different segments, including educational institution management. I am sure that eminent experts will provide sessions covering the latest topics in the domain of machine learning, which would be useful in your career too. We are in the midst of the unprecedented COVID-19 pandemic spread all over the world. Every one of us should be practicing hygiene and self-disciplined life for our own safety and that of the whole. Faculties and students have a special responsibility to be role models to the rest of the society. If at all, I would blame the greed of individuals and nations with consequential disregard to the gift of God, which is serene nature and its balanced environment. Lack of love and affection and contributing sufficiently to health and education of the poor. Poor sons and daughters are all factors leading to diseases and other human deficiencies. Let us all pledge to evolve a competent society and compassionate world. With these words, I conclude my remarks. I once again thank the AICTE authorities and all the experts and professors throughout the country who have been scheduled to address and educate our future hopes that are our students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring and motivational words. We are honored by your powerful words of wisdom. This will inspire us to invest more efforts to attain our goals. Thank you. I now request our beloved Executive Director, Mr. Abdullah Ibrahim, to address the audience. Over to you, sir.
A very good morning to all. It is my immense pleasure to share that AICTE has given us an opportunity to our institute to conduct this 6-day STTP program on machine learning for societal applications. Our institute aims to provide quality education to the rural mass, and we were able to achieve the same during a short span of 20 years. Under the umbrella of Peer Educational Trust, we provide engineering, business management, pharmacy, physiotherapy, and diploma courses to cater to the needs of the region. I am happy to note that AICTE has given us constant support and generous grants to conduct this event, which is one of a kind, state-of-the-art knowledge enrichment program. These days, we have seen an explosive growth in the field of machine learning and artificial intelligence, which is applied in all walks of life, be it a surveillance system, home automation, administration, business management. AI and ML are there to help better manage the system. Our guest, Professor Nagabhushan sir, has given us a very good insight regarding the new education policy and the use of technology in day-to-day academia. India has leaped forward many paces by the release and stage-by-stage implementation of the new education policy. The education policy which existed up to now had shackled the vast potential India had. The release of these changes should propel our greatest national asset, that is the Indian youth, forward. Outcome-based education is most definitely going to uplift the vast talent pool of this country. Artificial intelligence and machine learning research is one of the most funded sector in the world. The new education policy will help put Indians in the forefront of this field with the new pedagogies implemented. With this, the course coordinator as well as the HOD of computer science has meticulously planned the 6-day event, which includes resource persons of eminence. During the course of the past decade, AI and ML has gained great significance in education and industry at large. I have seen the role of machine learning in many sectors, including education management. I am happy to note that there has been an excellent response from all parts of the country to participate in this 6-day workshop, and I am sure you will take away the best from this. I assure you that you will have excellent sessions covering the latest topics in the domain of machine learning, which would be useful in your career too. The resource persons for these programs are drawn from academia as well as industries. Hands-on sessions are also planned, and hence you will definitely get the best from this program. With these few words, I conclude my remarks, and I once again thank the AICT authorities, Professor Nagbhushan, and wish all the participants great learning experiences from this workshop. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your inspirational words. I shall now request our beloved Principal, Dr. Abdul Sharif, to deliver the presidential remarks. Over to Principal Dr. Abdul Sharif.
Sorry. Dr. P. Nagbhushan, Director, IIIT Allahabad, Uttar Pradesh, Honorable Chairman, TA Education Trust, Dr. P.A. Ibrahim, respected Executive Director, Mr. Abdullah Ibrahim, and all the faculty members, professors, and participants. Welcome to all of you, and very good morning. I am very greatly honored to be the part of the inaugural function of a short-term training program on machine learning for societal application. As all you know, the objective of STTP is to update our technological knowledge in advanced topics like machine learning, IoT, artificial intelligence, robotics, etc. Now, machine learning is a buzzword. It is used in all walks of life, in all fields of engineering applications, as well in the medical sciences. Computer science, as Dr. Nagbhushan rightly pointed out, it is a common sense, and it is required for all engineering disciplines. It is not only remaining to the computer science, it will remain to all engineering applications, all the disciplines of engineering and medical sciences. I think now medical science is also blended with computer science for various applications. I think a lot of coordination between engineering and medical science has to happen so that it will overcome our in finding the diseases in electronics media, through electronics media. Topic is very well chosen and planned and designed well under the able coordinatorship of Dr. Sarmila Kumari, Head of the Department of Computer Science. And thank you, Madam, that is Sarmila Kumari and her team. I would like to thank that is the AICTE rightly sponsored for this type of the program, that is a short-term training program to our college and various other colleges in advanced topics. The main objective of the AICTE is to update the faculty members in research technology, and they have to decimate same thing to the students in their respective engineering colleges, and making students to be employable. Employability is the main question. Dr. Nagbhushan rightly pointed out that it is we have to develop the skills to convert our knowledge to the reality. That is a very, very important. I think our faculty member, all the participants will take this, and all the participants will imbibe whatever the knowledge is delivered to you through this 6 days workshop. And definitely, I wish that you will disseminate your students. With this few words, I will conclude my presidential remarks. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your presidential remarks. We can reach great heights with your constant guidance and support. Thank you, sir. I would like to express my profound gratitude to today's chief guest, resource person, and the program inaugurator, Dr. P. Nagbhushan, Director, IIIT Allahabad, Uttar Pradesh, for sparing his valuable time with his inspirational words. We are grateful to you, sir, for your gracious presence with your dynamic and motivating words to all of us. I also would like to thank our beloved chairman, Dr. P.A. Ibrahim Haji, PA Education Trust, who is playing a vital role with his constant support in all the activities of our institution under PA Education Trust. Thank you, sir. I take this opportunity to record our gratitude to our Executive Director, Mr. Abdullah Ibrahim, to address the audience for his support and guidance to all of us. I'd like to thank people behind the success of this program, our beloved Principal, Vice Principal, Director Academics, Dean Research, Principals of sister institutions, Director MBA, Heads of various departments for their support to conduct this program. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated professors and team of research scholars who know their responsibilities and are result-oriented. I extend my sincere gratitude to staff coordinators, technical committee members, faculty members, research scholars, technical and supporting staff for their dedication and service. I also would like to acknowledge my gratitude to our active participants and each and everyone who are involved directly or indirectly to make this event a grand success. Thank you one and all.